record our session as usual.
Is there many people on it?
What?
Is there many people doing it?
There's a good few said they watch the replay, so I'm going to step you through stuff, use you as a kind of a case study or example, and anybody watching this can follow along, basically, you know.
Oh, lovely.
So you can see that on the screen, yeah?
Yeah, 3 simple steps you can take to A to lose weight.
Yeah. So that the idea of this is really just to kind of focus in on the 3 things that anybody can look to do to improve their ability to lose weight faster. Because I think you have some level of understanding about calories and how it pertains to weight loss. And
Yeah,
that we find a lot of the time is that people have some kind of idea about it, but don't really fully understand where it all fits together, you know. So I want to make it sort of nice and simple and easy to follow. And what we'll do is quite practical. Yeah, we'll actually step through it and talk about each step and just make sure people are familiar with it. And then we can follow up with more stuff.
right.
You know, maybe another kind of little mini workshop. All right.
Yeah, perfect.
Simple, even down to the way I'm presenting it. So the first thing, and you can see that there, yeah. So the first thing you've got is to work out what your daily calories are. Then we're going to work out what your daily protein is, and then we're going to talk about tracking using your intake using MyFitnessPal. So those are the 3 things that if everybody did more often, we would find that people would get better results. And working out your daily calories gives you an awareness of what you actually should be aiming to consume each day. Working out your daily protein gives you an awareness of the fact that you're probably not consuming enough protein and that you could get more into your diet somewhere. And then tracking your intake gives you a real awareness of how much shit you're actually eating.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I do use that app, and then when I do things, I'm thereabouts, know what I'm doing, and then I start looking at the likes of the protein, see the way it gives you the 3 little sort of portions on it.
Yeah.
The protein, that's where I usually fall down, and then
okay.
I go off.
Let's break it up step by step, all right, just to make sure everybody's clear. So the first thing is working out your daily calories. So have you used the calorie calculator to work out your daily calories before?
Yeah, it usually comes, well, the last time I came in, it was about 1800, 1900, if I can remember.
Okay, so let me just open it up here, right? So I'm gonna just open it up on the screen, and we'll actually look at it together. Yeah. So this is the page. See that?
Yeah.
See that on screen? Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the modern age, not the Stone Age. Luther, how old are you?
37.
Is that true?
I had a hard life.
What's your height?
About 5'9".
What's that in centimeters?
I don't know. Loads.
Oh God. Hold on, I'll work it out for you. 5'9". What do you mean about 5'9"?
I think I'm about 5'9", 5'10".
How do you not know your height?
I haven't measured in years.
You think it's changed?
Yeah, could have. The more I'm getting older, the more I'm shrinking.
Okay, I've worked it out about 175, right?
Yeah.
So, and then your current weight?
I weighed myself the other day, I was 95.8.
Okay, so let's round up to 96. So activity levels, looking at the activity levels there, where would you say you are on that list in terms of activity levels?
Yeah, it'd be less than that anyway. It wasn't. It's about 3 times a week, 2 to 3.
What are you doing exactly? Tell me.
Well, I'm trying to do the sessions there, and then I'm trying to do.
How many sessions are you doing?
Roughly. Well, the last week I've done 1, and then I've done 1 jog.
Okay, so light exercise. Let's put it down as 1 to 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's just hit the calculate. So we're just working out based off your age, your height. And the thing to point out here is that it's different for everybody. So you know the way people, you asked me in the past, and people always ask, I read somewhere that 2,000 calories per day is the average that someone should be aiming for. So what they do in the kind of articles you see online or in Men's Bloody Health or, these magazines, they just pick a number to kind of use as an example. But everybody's different. So if you're taller, you're shorter. If you're more active, less active, and if you're older, younger, it all has a part to play in what you should be aiming for each day. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your target ranges are listed off here. Starting from the top to maintain your weight, and let's just round this down to make it easy to understand. So 2,500 calories per day, you would stay at your 96 kilos. Is that what you would have been aware of, or is that more or less than what you would have been thinking?
Extreme weight loss, 1,500 calories. No, yeah, 1,500 calories would have been about right.
Sorry?
Say that again. About 1,500 calories would have been about right.
No, to maintain your current weight is 2,500 calories.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, sorry, I was reading it wrong. I know, I don't think I'd use that much calories.
What do you mean?
I don't think I've ever used that much calories in a week. 2,000, 2.5 grand.
Have you been losing weight recently?
Yeah. Well, I was nearly 99 kilos.
Okay.
When the lockdown started, and then I'm down to 95 now.
So you've lost 2 kilos in how many weeks?
What, be in third week?
Okay, so you're somewhere in that kind of mild weight loss area. So you're probably consuming about 2,300-ish calories. That's probably where you are. All right. Anyway, the point I want to make here is that we're using this calculator just to work out what your maintenance, what your number would be to lose weight slowly. And then obviously you've got your 0.5 kilo per week. That's a bit more aggressive. Yeah, down to your 2,000 calories per day would be a bit more aggressive. And then extreme weight loss to lose 1 kilo a week is down as low as 1,500 per day. So if you're hitting 1,500 calories per day, if you think you're hitting 1,500 and you're not losing weight, there's 2 things going on there. The first thing is you're underestimating how much you're eating or consuming, and that is normal. We're all liars, Luther, whether we like to believe it or not. The other one is you're overestimating how much energy you're using up through your activity, your exercise. And again, we all lie about that as well. So don't feel bad. So the fact that you've lost a bit of weight is really good. So you're in some kind of a deficit there. Somewhere in, it's not massive, but you are on the right track. Okay. So what we got to do here is we got to kind of achieve a calorie deficit to lose weight. What's the quickest and easiest way to try and to create a calorie deficit, to create a bigger gap between the calories that you consume and the calories that you use up on a day-to-day basis? What's the easiest thing that you could do to increase that gap, do you think?
Shut me mouth. Stop eating.
Stop your
do more exercise.
So you think depriving yourself of food more would be a good way to go?
No, I think if I just cut down and exercise more.
Okay, so this is what we would suggest first. We would suggest that people try to increase their activity levels first, so move more on a day-to-day basis, get your brisk walking in 20 minutes, half an hour, take part in more organized sessions, because that is much more of a more palatable type of approach than I want you to fucking starve yourself.
Yeah.
Right. So if you can increase your activity levels first, that's obviously the optimum way to go. And then obviously we might need to look at a decrease in your calorie intake around the same time as well. But it's a bit of both. That's what we strive for over time. But generally, when people are starting off trying to lose weight, just increasing activity levels first is enough to get the needle moving. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got your numbers there, right? You've got your maintenance, your mild, your weight loss, and your extreme weight loss numbers. So you know what they are. And if you want, you can go back into that website and work them out yourself.
Yeah.
So let's go back, right? Now, the next kind of thing that we'd look at is your daily protein. One of the things that we encourage a lot is to increase your daily protein intake. And the reason for this is it helps you to feel full, fuller, and it keeps you feeling full for longer. And also, protein is the building blocks for everything that you're made of, right? So, it's not, so people have this idea around protein that and like, what would you think protein is good for? Let me ask you that first.
I thought the protein puts on more.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
As in, like, it makes it bulkier, makes you bulkier.
Okay. So the way, so the correct answer to that is to gain weight and to build up in any way, shape, or form, you have to be in some kind of a calorie surplus. You have to be consuming over and above calories compared to the calories that you use up in your day-to-day activities. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So protein by itself does not cause you to bulk up. That's what I'm trying to say to you. It's the calorie surplus that causes you to bulk up. So if you're over consuming calories above what your daily requirements are, you will gain weight. Now, what weight you gain is dictated by the type of training that you do or the activity.
Yeah.
Okay. So just by consuming protein, it doesn't mean that you'll gain muscle or bulk up. All right.
Yeah.
What protein does give you though, is an ability. If you consume protein in the right way, it gives you an ability to hold on to muscle that you have, because like you probably want to be more toned. Would that be fair?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what that means is you want to keep some of the muscle that you have, and the reason you want to keep the muscle is as you drop body fat, you look leaner, you look more athletic, and that's kind of what most people want. The other thing is if you consume protein in the right way, as I said before, it helps to keep you kind of feeling fuller, and so combined with good training, consuming the right amount of protein helps you to maintain muscle that you have, keeps your metabolism, running at a higher level because you hold on to muscle that you have. And so for all those reasons, that's why we recommend that you consume more protein on a day-to-day basis. Is that clear?
Yeah.
So how much protein should you consume each day? So what we would say is take your weight in kilos and times it by a number between 1 and 2. Now, why are we saying between 1 and 2? Let's just say, for example, that you are just starting out and you've never tried to, you never even thought about protein as an important nutrient that you should focus in on. So if that's the case, then we'd like to make it a bit easier for you. So how much did you say you weighed? 96?
Yeah.
Right, so let's round it up to 100. Let's pretend you're 100 kilos. Sorry, Luther, I'm just going to pretend you're 100, right? And we're going to times that by 1. So now you've got a number of 100, which translates to 100 grams of protein per day. That's what we'd encourage you to consume. How many meals per day do you consume?
3.
Okay, so divide your protein by your meals, okay? So example here is
33.
3 meals, yeah. Example,
Yeah.
Just 100 kilos, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Times 1 equals 100, yeah, grams of protein. And then we're gonna divide that. So 100 grams of protein divided by 3 meals is about 30 grams of protein per meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, thereabouts. Doesn't have to be exact. That's something to point out as well. So 30 grams protein per meal.
So could you take that all in one meal, or do you have to break it up?
You could, but if the optimum approach is to spread it out across all your meals.
Yeah.
But you could have one meal a day, Luther. You could have one. What was your extreme weight loss number again? What was your 1 kilo a week weight loss number, calorie number? You remember?
What do you mean?
So how many calories would you need to consume per day to lose a kilo per week? Remember the number I had up on the calorie calculator?
1,500.
Yeah. So you could have one 1,500 calorie meal per day, and that's it.
No, but what I mean is, if I had say breakfast, for instance, and I put the 100 grams of protein into the breakfast.
Yeah, you could do that.
And then can I just have me other 2 meals as normal?
Yeah, as long as you stay within your calorie target range.
Yeah.
Yeah, the optimum approach is to spread your protein across all your meals.
Yeah.
But if you had half in your breakfast and half in your dinner and none in your lunch, that's fine.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're having 3 meals a day and your target is to lose a kilo a week, how many calories per meal are you allowed to have?
Obviously divided by 1,500.
Yeah. 1,500 divided by 3 is 500 calorie meal. Yeah. And so 500 calories, out of those 500 calories, 30 grams of protein is what you're aiming for. Does that sound difficult to think about?
No, not when you put it like that, it doesn't. No, it's just when you're actually doing it. On paper, everything sounds easy.
Yeah. So let's just go back up here. I just want to put that in there. So Luther's sort of 1 kg per week weight loss calorie target was 1500. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're going to divide. So 1500 divided by 3 meals per day equals 3 by 500 calorie meals. All right. So you've got 300 calorie meals, and then you've got out of those 3 meals, you're going to aim to have 30 grams of protein with each of those meals. How do you know you're on track?
Obviously, your weight's going down.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, so you're tracking your weight, you're tracking, but how do you know that what you're actually consuming is, 500 calories of a meal or 30 grams? How do you know that you're on track with those numbers?
Well, what I was doing, I was scanning the barcodes.
So MyFitnessPal.
Yeah.
Right. So let's go in there and let's just have a quick look at that, right? MyFitnessPal. Now this is obviously the browser version, so it looks slightly different to the app, but yeah. So what you do is you go in here to MyFitnessPal and you log in, add your fitness. So you add your breakfast, and as you said there, with the app, really you can scan stuff as you go.
Yeah.
So that's how you would track it, that's the thing. So did you find it hard to do that in the beginning, in the early stages?
No, I find it's, say for instance, when I'm in work and I'm not scanning the breakfast and I'm not scanning the lunch, and then I'm coming home then and I'm trying to think, right, well, what did I have there? And I'm trying to scan stuff that's the same as it.
Yeah.
It's when I'm off work, it's handy. It's when I'm in work, it's a bit of a nightmare.
Why is it a nightmare in work?
Well, it's not that it's a nightmare. It's just you're sort of rushing. Like you go and break, you've 20 minutes in the morning, then you're trying to get your breakfast, and rather than sitting there and scanning everything you're eating, the way you might be yapping away to somebody then. And
where do you get your breakfast?
On the floor. So I might have a yogurt or I might have a scone. So I'd have all different.
Right. Do you need to scan it there?
No, not really. No.
Could you scan it late? Could you put it in later?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I do say I'll do it all when I go home, and then when I go home, then.
Okay. How about this? How about you put in your breakfast Sunday for the week ahead, and then you're only allowed to have that a week?
Yeah, I never even thought that. Yeah.
So would you tend to have the same breakfast every day?
Which?
Would you tend to have the same breakfast every day?
Yeah. Most of the times I would, yeah.
Okay, so if you know that you're tending to have the same breakfast, you could preload it into your MyFitnessPal, and then each day you just have what you said you'd have.
Yeah.
So, if you don't, well, you're consuming too many calories for that day.
Yeah. No, that, yeah.
You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Does that help? I mean,
no, it does. Okay. Yeah. It's just I never even thought of scanning for the week.
It's like doing your shopping once or doing it every day. Do you know what I mean? Like it's up to you how you do it. The method you use, it's just you have to choose a method that works for you.
Yeah, like I could do that I could do that on a Sunday night, because most of the time it'd be the same thing. It'd be a yogurt and it'd probably a scone or whatever.
Yeah. So I guess the main point, just back to the points here. And then when it comes to tracking, like you can, like initially when you track, you kind of have to scan stuff and learn, don't you?
Yeah. Well, when I'm getting into it, I do be even the yogurts. I do be trying to get the yogurts with the protein in. Now they might be a few higher. Sometimes the calories they'll be a little bit higher than other stuff that I eat, but at least I have protein in it. Yeah.
So just as I said there, scan and learn. Progress, not perfection. Doesn't have to be exact, as you said.
Yeah.
Right. And just try and improve a little bit each day. A little bit. And then the last thing I suggest there, you can pre-load meals for the weekend. That's something you could look at.
Yeah, I think that'd be handy actually. I just never even thought of doing pre-loading it for the week.
Yeah. And maybe not for every meal, maybe just for the ones that are causing you a fucking, headache.
Just if you just walk, just walk is the only one.
Yeah. So look, just to kind of review in terms of the 3 steps, working out your calories. Could you go in there and work out your calories yourself using that?
Yeah.
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 So that's the first thing, and you know how to do it, and pick a realistic number. Like 1,500 is an extreme number. Obviously, it's going to be quite, that'll be more difficult to aim for. So maybe pick a number that's slightly higher, and test it. Test it. Track your weight, like you said, to see if it's working. Your daily protein targets. If you're starting on the lower end of the scale, if you haven't been hitting 100 grams of protein per day, don't try and start at 100. Build it up to 100, and then as you get better at it, try and increase that over time to a higher number. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but could I like, I have protein out there in the shed. Could I, even if I was to say, right, well, if I was to have 3 meals, once it kept to 1,500 calories, if I had 3 meals and say I had a protein shake at, say, whatever, when I came in from work,
yeah,
and put the 100 grams into it, would that be all right? You there? Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me there?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah. So you're saying if you're a bit short your protein for the day, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you could if you wanted to use some whey protein or something like that and drink it to top it up. Absolutely. I just encourage you to focus in on the meals first. Try and get it through your food first.
Yeah, so steaks and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, eggs, fish, chicken, turkey. Like there's protein in non-meat foods as well. Like, so this is what you learn by scanning stuff. There's protein in veg, beans and pulses and all this kind of stuff. So by the time you scan everything in, and you'll see it, you'll see the number going up. It's not just about, it's not whey protein where you get your protein from. That's just another method to kind of help.
Okay. Yeah. No, I know that. And just if I wasn't hitting it,
yeah,
I could just use some of that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then the last thing is track daily is MyFitnessPal. So scan and learn initially, so you can improve your understanding of it. Progress, not perfection, with your scanning and tracking. It doesn't have to be exact, like you said. It could be slightly over, slightly under. That's fine. It doesn't matter. And then just try and improve a little bit each day. And then as you we looked up for yourself, try and preload meals for the week ahead. If you're finding it's more difficult to kind of track things, with your work, obviously that's going to be an issue.
Yeah, it's just work. We just the 5 days in work. That's all.
Yeah. So we got a strategy there where you can improve that situation a little bit.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll start that tomorrow.
So are you comfortable with knowing what you should be doing?
Yeah, it's I know. Well, not that I know it, but like I have thereabouts of what I'm doing. It's just doing it. It's just getting it into my head. And
so knowing what you're going to do, what are you going to do next? What's the first thing?
I'm gonna start. I'm gonna sit down now. I'm gonna preload that for tomorrow, and then so I'm in work for the rest of the week now. So
yeah,
it'd be handy now that I know, because most 9 times out of 10 it'll be the same stuff I eat in the mornings. Yeah. Black coffee, scone, and a yogurt.
Perfect. Are you happy enough with that then?
Yeah, perfect, Dave. Yeah.
Does that help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that calorie calculator, I can use that myself. That's not just for you, is it?
No, you can use that yourself. It's there. We use that one because it's really good. It's simple. It's intuitive. You just put your numbers in. It tells you the right numbers, and then obviously you can go back in. If you're losing weight, you go back in every so often and look at it again. You need to adjust your numbers. So.
Yeah, perfect.
All right.
Yeah, sound, Dave.
We leave it there. I'll upload this for people to watch back. Hopefully you got something from it, and anybody watching back will get something from it as well. Okay. If you've got follow-up questions, let me know. I'm sure I'll chat to you. Yeah. And keep me posted. Like if you're getting good results, let us know. Share it in the fucking group. Tell people. We want to hear.
Yeah, we do.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
Right, Luther. Listen, thanks a million.
See you later. Bye.